I'm Allegra Huston, and welcome to the Imaginative Storm Prompt of the Week. My creative collaborator, James Nave, is in Manila, and we just finished our Zoom session, and it's 3 a.m. in Manila. So we agreed that it was time for him to put his head on the pillow in Manila, and I would do this video for you on my own this week. So every Saturday and Thursday, we meet with a group of people on Zoom, whoever wants to come. People from all over the world Zoom in, and you too are invited. It's free, and all you have to do is join our mailing list and you will get your invitation. When we get together, we had probably, 26 or 30 people today. We all write to the same prompt, but we do it in a rather different way. We don't write directly to the prompt. We look at the prompt for 2 minutes and generate a list of words. Whatever words pop into your head as you look at this image, write them down in a list, just a list, not joined up writing, words or short phrases. So that's how we start. Just grab a loose piece of paper. You're going to want to be able to have it in front of you as you write later. So don't do it on a nice piece of paper in a nice notebook. Grab a loose sheet of paper, and I will put the image up on the screen and time you for 2 minutes while you generate your list of words. Once everyone has generated their own personal list, we go around the Zoom room and ask everyone to contribute one item from their list to create a community list. So that functions as a kind of collective imagination for all of us to draw on. It's like we give each other the gift of whatever that word or phrase was that popped into our imaginations. And we're like, hey, yeah, if you want to use that, go right ahead. So we will share that community list with you now. I will share it. I think it's a good idea to write the words down yourself, because something happens when they kind of go in your ear and out your hand. But if you don't want to, that's fine too. And I will put the list up on the screen again during the 10-minute writing time that will be coming up. So here is today's community list. Sacred geometry, forced return, beautiful woman, rooflessness, no more church, shit brown, stained, an appropriated space, blue byway, collapsed architecture, on Christ's shoulders, no more bridges of Madison County, connections, it's all one church, windowless, burial canopy, half off, blue diamond turquoise, bucket in the dirt, unearthed, broken faith, earth shattered, telephone poles, buried at the cross, how deep, patch, touch, little details of loss, welcome, freeze. And now it's time to get to the writing part. The lovely thing about having a 10-minute timer is that it might seem like a restriction, but actually it's a freedom. It frees you from spending time thinking, oh, what should I write? Oh my God, am I doing this right? Where should I start? I don't know where to start. All of those other questions of anxiety. If you're writing for an unspecified amount of time, or even 15 or 20-minute timer, gives you like enough time to get your knickers in a twist about what you should write. But 10 minutes is short enough that basically you just kind of get on with it. And sometimes at the beginning, people are kind of stumbly. You can hear when you read later, which you will do. When we hear people read, people, the beginning often is a bit stumbly. They're kind of feeling around for something, and then suddenly the piece takes off. So if you find that you're stumbling around at the beginning, it doesn't matter. That's fine. Just stay with it and just keep stumbling around and trust that the piece will take off. And if it doesn't, which sometimes happens, a big deal. It was only 10 minutes. But if it does, you got something that you would never have gotten any other way. Because the way this works, the imaginative storm method, is that your imagination will surprise you. That's the goal. The goal is not to write well or produce a poem or a little piece or add to your novel or whatever. And maybe you will produce a poem or add to your novel. But the goal is simply to surprise yourself. And you do that by allowing your imagination to take the lead, asking your rational mind to take a back seat. Or if you think of it as a partner dance, your imagination leads, your rational mind's job is to follow, not to collapse in a heap and not to storm off in a huff, but just to keep that dance going for 10 minutes while your imagination leads. And if it wants to twirl and swirl and dip you till you're dizzy, go with it. It'll be over in 10 minutes and you will be amazed at what comes out. So your 10 minutes starts now. After everyone has written for 10 minutes and brought something new into the world that didn't exist before, just like you have, we go into breakout rooms so we can all read what we wrote to an appreciative audience of 5 or 6 people. And that's, again, the lovely thing about 10 minutes. There's no point criticizing something that was written in 10 minutes. It's absurd. All that's interesting is what pops, what affects you, what stays with you, what captures the listener's imagination. So maybe you have somebody there in the room with you who will listen to you, or maybe not. Maybe you're your own listener and you are your most important listener. And in fact, this reading aloud is really more for the benefit of the writer than it is for the listeners, even though it's wonderful for the listeners too. But as you read what you wrote aloud, you appreciate more than you criticize. If you're reading silently on the page, you tend to criticize more than you appreciate. But as you give the words life with your breath and read them because they're fresh, you're connected to them, you notice what you like, you notice what feels strong and authentic and arresting and emotionally affecting. And this is one way to retrain your inner critic to move toward what it likes about your writing rather than what it doesn't. And this is one of the most valuable things that you will ever give yourself as a writer, that authenticity meter and that inner cheerleader, really, that inner eye that pushes you towards what is strong and original about your writing and your voice. So employ your voice now. Put me on pause while you read what you wrote aloud. And if you would like to share what you wrote with our group, we have a way that you can do that. It's called the Imaginative Storm Circle. And we post what we wrote and we appreciate what we like in other people's pieces. So feel free to post what you wrote on the circle as well and become part of our community. And here is how you do that. Here is how you get to the circle community. Go to imaginativestorm.com. Scroll across the top navigation and you will see community. A drop-down menu pops up or drops down and you'll see Imaginative Storm Circle. Click on that and that will take you to the community page, this particular part of it. Click on the image and that will take you to the circle site. If it's your first time, it will ask you to make a login name and password, but it's free. And once you've done that, you can explore the other parts of it in this left-hand navigation column, or you can just go straight to Prompt of the Week. And there you will find an archive of all the prompts we've done every week for more than 3.5 years now. And the most recent one is at the top. When you click on one, you'll see what it is. You'll see a link to the YouTube recording. You'll see the image and you'll see the word list. And then you'll see, as you scroll down, you'll see what other people have written. Sometimes people upload an audio of them reading it. And other people can comment on what they liked about what people have posted. And if you go all the way down to the bottom, you'll see a box that says, what are your thoughts? And that is the place to type in what you wrote to the prompt. While you're on our website, you might like to check out some of the other things that we have. We've just today, as I say this, it's the 30th of November, 2024. We have today published our book of 50 Imaginative Storm writing prompts. So they are images similar and very dissimilar to the one you just worked with. And each one is accompanied by a list of 30 words and phrases. So you can work with those. It's a really beautiful full color book with coil binding, so it will lie flat as you work with it. And you can find that on imaginativestorm.com, as well as our online courses. We have an audio course that is based on our acclaimed book, Write What You Don't Know, and a video course. And we offer live workshops on Zoom and in person. And you can find all of it there, as well as your invitation to join us any Saturday or Thursday for the writing prompt of the week on Zoom. And we hope you will. Thank you for joining me today.